Tippy time, my damies, Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. Apologies if you find it hard to understand me, I had some pretty severe dental surgery this week, hopefully it's not all that distracting. If you thought Chaos Reach was good in Heresy, it's twice as fun now. And let's face it, we need it there, as there are some real thick boys out there who just suck up all the deeps. This build offers us big damage whilst giving us crowd control. Now getting those big numbers isn't as simple as just pushing to hundo and banging on the geos to push this up to max. We're going to have 160 super stat and equip 2 super fonts to push it out to the max, but yes, we are using the geos. We damage targets with our Chaos Reach, extending that timer out by up to 120%. Base damage of our Chaos Reach is 9-5-10, but between the 120 super boost and the 45% armor stat boost, we're now pushing out 28k. These geos will also give us quick turnarounds on our supers, as collecting ionic traces grants us 4% super energy. The biggest decision we need to make for this kit to shine across both running guns and boss bags is our aspect selection. We want a constant source of armor charge to always be ready to Kamehameha some ugly guys in the face. Unfortunately, Lightning Surge didn't get that added fragment slot like the 3.0 Consecration did, so it's not going to be a melee kit. It's always been my hopes to run both the Ionic Sentry and the Arc Soul on one kit, but Electrostatic Mind is kinda required to feed us traces. Thankfully, we've got a workaround this season, so we'll be able to take both the Arc Soul from our Rift and the Ionic Sentry. The Sentry works wonders with this kit. It's going to stack charges with our Arc or kinetic kills to generate a giant bug zapper. It's tremendous air clear with its bolt charge deployment, and once you got one, it'll generate you another. It's also going to blind targets to slow down the enemy's aggression factors, and it's going to be a great source of unstop. We can now run both of these pub stomp aspects thanks to the artifact cocktail of elemental coalescence and refresh threads. This essentially replaces Electrostatic Mind to feed us a river of traces and bonus ability energy. The Sentry feeds off both those arc and kinetic kills. Our best seasonal option for this is no doubt the Outbreak, solid anti-barrier weapon with legit air clear and bonus damage. Yes please sir. I hate getting killed by this in trials, so I'm going to target that rage back on some Tri-Eyes. I'm running tons of match game at the moment, and when we pair that with a Tech armor, it'll just tear through those shields like you did when you saw your first pair of panties. This comes from the 2-piece perk Wrecker that gives us triple the damage to shields and constructs. Then with 4 pieces, when we break shields or drop bodies, it'll emit a concussive blast, disorientating nearby targets for 3 seconds. Now, as Arc 3.0 locks don't have many options when it comes to healing, I've opted for 2 pieces of Bulwark to give us both health and rift energy, with that rando spike going towards super. Then we pair it with 3 pieces of Grenadier instead of Paragon. I've done this as Paragon forces that melee stat, and the 3.0 melees that we have available are basic at best. But with Grenadier, we can still get that super stat that we need, whilst giving us access to a stronger ability. With any of our kills having a chance to make us an Ionic Trace, thanks to our artifact, I'm running 1 elemental charge mod on my kicks to give us a no fuss method of collecting an armor charge. I run 1 kinetic surge also to help boost my primary weapon damage to keep that carousel turning. I have a times dilation mod on my bangle to give us a 15-second timer for each armor charge we get. And I'll also be using 1 class font, giving us 100 class stat for a constant turnaround on those rifts that heal us and give us and allies arc buddies. Having a constant source of rifts has been a great benefit at Neg 40, particularly when you get turned into a great TNT stick. Pulse Grenade is the best grenade. We're using in conjunction with Spark of Shock. This jolts and it'll self-trigger that jolt thanks to the pulse. I got 1 firepower mod so we can make an orb of power from our nade kills, with ×2 bolstering detonation mods feeding us a 17% boost to our class cooldown off the back of our grenade hits. With Spark of Ions we can also create those traces both off our jolt kills and our bolt charge kills, and with frequency we'll earn 2 instead of 1. This also counts with our Geomag perk, where after having half the stacks we just have to sprint the rest off to earn that max charge. Now I run the usual dampness on my chest specific to the encounter. Being amplified gives us a further 15% damage resist, and we're using Spark of Resistance for a further 25% damage resist while surrounded. Now thanks to all those traces we'll still be able to have a little bit of melee. I'm using the Chain Lightning purely as a jolt because we all know how much those overloads like to teleport. Now feel free to pause here for all my mods, fragments and artifacts, but there will be a dim link in the description down below. Apologies I couldn't break this down in further detail, but upon recording this I feel my stitches tearing, so I best cut it short. It took a little bit of farming in order to get the stats where I wanted them, but I wanted that balance right before I posted this up. We've got tremendous super damage and tons of ag clear thanks to our buddies, sentries and nanites. And now we can survive it all in the rust stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to thumb it if you dug it, sub if you're new, and as always, tippy tie my damies, what a tie.